In today's video, we're going to give you a deep dive into the Avenue of the Arts section of Philadelphia, one of the most exciting and happening neighborhoods in all of the city. Also, one of the most iconic places in Philly to snap a selfie or get your wedding photos taken. Yeah, that's the shot right behind me. If you've been here, you've seen it, or you've done it yourself. From Broadway level shows to the opera to high-end restaurants to City Hall and everything in between. This is the area that we're taking a deep dive into today, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, this is Chris Fuhrman and this is my channel, Living in Center City Philadelphia. Welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn more about what it's like to live and enjoy Center City Philadelphia, make sure to tap that subscribe button below, click that notification bell right next to it, so you're notified each and every time we put out a brand new video. We actually get a lot of folks that are reaching out to us looking to relocate to the Center City Philly area, and we love helping them out on their journey. So if you're thinking about making a move, have any questions about the condo buildings like we're talking about today, anything about neighborhoods, or really anything down to the street level, we would love to help answer any questions that you have. So don't hesitate to reach out. This is what we do day in and day out. Just send us an email, all of our contact info is below, and we'd love to help you out on your journey. Now let's dive into the Avenue of the Arts. Let's start with some history here first. This area hasn't actually always been referred to as the Avenue of the Arts. It's actually relatively new and recently celebrated its 30-year anniversary in the fall of 2023. In 1993, former mayor of Philly, Ed Randell, proposed using the art scene that was already here to some extent on Broad Street to revive the downtown area. There was an art scene here as mentioned, but it wasn't anything like it is now if you come to Philly. So over the next 20 years or so, hundreds of millions of dollars from state, city, and private funds poured into this revitalization effort, and what used to be a ghost town at night is now a thriving area that we now call the Avenue of the Arts, which is literally a world-renowned area here. The exact borders of the neighborhood are up for debate, but we're talking about the stretch of Broad Street from approximately City Hall going south to South Street, or maybe even to Washington Ave, really depending on who you're talking to. Some may consider certain sections of Broad Street north of City Hall to also be in the Avenue of the Arts, but the most popular section is certainly going to be south of City Hall, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Though Broad Street north of City Hall is certainly changing at an ever-increasing rate, so who knows what this video might be like in 10 years, but for now, we're primarily going to focus on City Hall, south to south. And how far off to the east or west the Avenue of the Arts extends is also certainly up for debate, but it's primarily orienting around Broad Street. So if you go too far off Broad Street, not technically in the Avenue of the Arts anymore. This area is literally in the heart of the city, at least the heart of Center City, Philadelphia. This means that tall buildings will be the norm, more people, more traffic, more action, the art scene, the nightlife is really what define this area. This area is home to the world-famous Kimmel Center, which is home to the Philly Orchestra. You've also got the Wilma Theater here, the Arts Bank, Miller Theater, Academy of Music, and much, much more. And as mentioned earlier, Philly's iconic City Hall is located right here as well. Before we dive into my opinion on who should consider this area and potentially why, let's briefly chat about the housing dynamic here. In most of Philly's neighborhoods, you have townhome or condo living as housing options. For example, if you want to live in Rittenhouse Square or Washington Square West, the two bordering neighborhoods of the Avenue of the Arts, you could either purchase a townhome, also called a row home, or a condo. However, living in the Avenue of the Arts, you really only have condos as your housing options here, and most of them are going to be high-rises. It's really such a small sliver of the city and is the most densely packed section of the city. For the right person, this is a great benefit for you, and you have some of the best condominiums in the city right in this neighborhood. I'll go into more depth about that a little bit later in this video. So, why would you consider living in the Avenue of the Arts? And real quick, before we get into that, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my upcoming neighborhood tours about other areas of the Center City Philly. Just click the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it. All right, let's dive into my top 4 reasons why you should consider moving into the Avenue of the Arts neighborhood in Philadelphia. First up, and this is probably the most obvious, if you love art and culture, the Avenue of the Arts is the perfect place for you to live. The Avenue of the Arts is a major cultural hub here, known for its significant concentration of performing arts venues, galleries, etc. So if you love that, why not live within walking distance of it all? All right, next up, for those of you who want to be in the center of it all, this neighborhood could be the perfect place for you. As mentioned, this area is on Broad Street going right up to City Hall. And Broad Street goes north and south, if you didn't know that, basically cutting Center City in half. And City Hall is essentially dead center and in the middle of Center City. As discussed, the art scene here is very vibrant, but you're also going to have a vibrant restaurant scene that orbits around the City Hall area. You're going to have great restaurants as you go towards Rittenhouse Square, but you're also going to have great restaurants as you go towards Washington Square. Again, this is the center of Center City, so a lot orbits around this area. So if you want to kind of be in the center of it all, this could be a really great place for you. This leads us to our next category of folks that might really enjoy living in the Avenue of the Arts. If you're looking for a dense urban vibe, the real city vibe, this area could be for you. You won't be seeing townhomes in this neighborhood. It's going to be all low to certainly many high-rise condo buildings and more densely populated than most of the other parts of Center City, Philly. So if you want to live on the outskirts of the city with less people, stay far away from this neighborhood. Speaking of walkability, another reason the Avenue of the Arts is really great for a lot of people is the convenience and walkability aspect. In case you're not aware, Philly is the most walkable city in all of America. And as this neighborhood is in the heart of Center City, Philly, you can only imagine how walkable it is. It's arguably the most walkable neighborhood in all of Philadelphia. Easily walk to the public transit SEPTA interchange at City Hall, which can take you up and down Broad Street, so north and south of the city, or that interchange also can take you on the Market Frankford line, which goes east and west on the subway system. You can easily walk to a plethora of restaurants, cafes, coffee shops in the area. Easily walk to all the nightlife in the area, the arts, the cultural festivities here that we've been discussing. You could also easily walk to the green space park of Rittenhouse Square or Washington Square, and even Logan Square and Franklin Square, depending on where you're at in the Avenue of the Arts. They're all fairly walkable from this area. And of course, you can easily walk to all the shops along Walnut Street and all of the retail that's along that street. This is where Apple, Lululemon, etc. are located. And you can easily walk to a number of jobs located right along Market Street. That's the street that intersects Broad and City Hall. So City Hall, Market, and Broad Street all intersect. There's a lot of corporate offices right along Market Street. So lots of major corporations there. And if you're working there, this would be a great place to live. And in addition, you can easily walk to a number of specialty grocery stores for your weekly food needs. Depending on where you live in this particular neighborhood, you might be able to walk to one of the major grocery chains like Sprouts, Acme, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Mom's Organic. However, you may need to Uber or to drive there instead. And I could keep going on and on about the walkability and convenience of this area, but I think you get the point. The Avenue of the Arts is an extremely walkable area. I think this area is perfect for working professionals and retirees and empty nesters who want the excitement and the allure that this area has to offer, really to be in the center of it all. It's great for everyone, but in particular, those groups are probably best served by this area. And if you're looking for a second home in the city, I think this is a really great location for a condo, for a pied-à-terre, because again, you're in the heart of it all. So if you're coming in just once a month to see a show, go out to some restaurants, I think this could be a great option for you. Of course, Rittenhouse Square could be a great option for a second home as well. But if you're only coming to the city once a month or even less frequently than that, you might as well be in the heart of everything. If you're coming in for a Broadway show at the Kimmel Center or the Opera or whatever, great option all around for you. Before we dive into real estate options here in the Avenue of the Arts, as much as we love making these videos, we love helping people relocate to the Center City, Philly area even more. So if you're thinking about making a move in the next few months or even the next few years, go ahead and send me an email to chris@meetchris.com so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Philly. Just let me know exactly what you're looking for. Even if you don't know, just let me know and we'll make that connection, keep you up to date about what's going on here in Center City, Philly. All right, let's talk about your housing options here in the neighborhood. As mentioned, you're essentially only going to have condos in this neighborhood, and mostly high-rise condo buildings. Some of the notable condo buildings in this area are going to be the Ritz, right across from City Hall, the Aria, right across from the Aria, you're going to have the Academy House. Half a block down from the Kimmel Center, you're going to have the Symphony House. Directly across from the Kimmel Center, you'll have the brand new and ultra luxury and modern Art House, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. By the way, are you noticing the arts theme here? Right behind the Art House, you're going to have Center City 1, which is definitely not new at all. However, Center City 1 may be the best value, no frills, no luxury condo building in this neighborhood. And for a low-rise condo building, really the only one on my list here, you'll have 1352 Lofts. This is about a block south of the Symphony House or about 2 blocks south of the Kimmel Center. And if you found this video helpful thus far, it would mean the world to me if you wouldn't mind going below and clicking that like button so that YouTube knows I'm putting out some helpful content. Greatly appreciate that. Now, a quick aside here, for those of you who are used to living in Philly a long time ago, or maybe visited the area decades ago, this area is nothing like it was. It's radically changed for the better and will continue to improve, and in my opinion, I see these changes coming pretty rapidly. I think by 2035, the Avenue of the Arts will be completely different than even what it is now. For example, there's a massive luxury apartment complex, and when I say massive, I mean massive. It's taken up an entire city block, currently under construction at Broad Street and Washington Ave. My understanding is that this is going to add over 1,000 luxury apartments to the area and should be finished by the end of 2024, but probably not until 2025 if you understand anything about building construction delays. It would have been unheard of about a decade ago for a builder to come in with this size project in the luxury space in this part of the city. But this area has been rapidly changing. The Sprouts, the Target, Chipotle, Starbucks compound there directly across the street is a testament to the improvements in this area. A residential development of this magnitude in this area is going to have ripple effects in all directions over time. And to give you an idea of pricing, the median home price in this neighborhood in the Avenue of the Arts in 2023 for a 1-bedroom condo was somewhere around $300,000. For a 2-bedroom condo was somewhere around $475,000. And for a 3-bedroom condo was somewhere around $1.9 million. And as discussed at the beginning, the exact boundaries of this neighborhood are fairly elusive, so the data may be different depending on your inputs. So if you want to be in this area and want a luxury 2-bed condo, you'll probably want to budget somewhere between, let's say, $700,000 and $2 million. And if you don't necessarily need luxury or brand new, a good budget for a 2-bedroom, maybe somewhere between $300,000 to $600,000. Just send me a quick email to chris@chris.com if you have any questions about pricing, condo fees, or anything like that. And click here to check out one of the newest and ultra luxury modern condo buildings in the heart of the Avenue of the Arts.